welcome to a GT Sport vid. I'm the Vex Man, join me here. I'm in P9 Manufacturer Series 2, Exhibition Series 2, Round 1 at Tokyo Expressway South Outer Loop. Enjoy. These first couple of laps are a little bit mental. It's like a really close bunch, really close lobby. I think I was 0.7 behind the leader in qualifying. It's a BS ranked lobby. Oh, someone's already hit the wall. This was my main aim, was just to try and keep it clean and consistent, not pick up any silly penalties, not get involved in any silly battles. This opening lap was just mayhem. Just people trying to push through whatever they could. See Rocky Rex there trying to squeeze me, but he's not going to get it done. Someone's been yeeted, spinning out there. You can see how close this lobby actually is, like how close all the cars are bunched up. Which makes for actually a really exciting race. Go on board now, following Rocky Rex. Obviously being a 17 lap race as well, I knew that I had to use both sets of tyres and obviously try and manage the wear as much as possible, because I didn't want to do a very long stint on the hards. Rocky Rex getting all that shape there, and that Mercedes just coming straight across, wiping me into the wall, but he ends up with a 2-second penalty, which I think was pretty justified. Now at that point I just thought I'd let him pass. He's got a 2-second penalty. There's no point in fighting. This guy here again manages to get through, overtakes under yellow flag, and which is why he ended up with a 5.5 second penalty. I thought to myself, well, they're taking penalties anyway, so I can just sit behind them, pick up the slipstream of the guys in front. And Noosh actually going really deep there. I'm not sure what he was doing there. He manages to come back well though. He manages to get a really good exit out of that corner. Now I'm firmly in the slipstream of 7th place. Looking back, not too far behind me, Noosh isn't. Now this chicane we're coming up to, in practice I was really struggling with this chicane. It's like a really hard one to get it right. If you hit it wrong, you just launch yourself and it completely compromises your exit. Boss hitting the wall and then coming straight across and hitting me. Like what are people thinking when they do that? Seriously. And he's clearly all over the place anyway. Him and Canary Island. I don't know if they're struggling with tyre wear or if they're just not very adept drivers. So I got a punt there and went into the back of Canary. Luckily not picking up a penalty for it. Contact from behind again from Boss. And up ahead, like so many people with penalties. It seemed like there was a lot of people struggling with this track. I think because it's the walls. Like there's walls all around and they're quite close. Just takes that little misjudgment and you're into the wall. And catching up with Jakku in forfeit. Rocky Rex in front of him's got penalty. Managing to keep it clean through that chicane. You can see we're reeling them in little by little. I knew that I had that tow now, so I just thought I'll save some fuel, try and save my tyres as much as I can, just keeping that tow. A little bit of contact. Rocky Rex getting a 3.5 second penalty. Well, I think he had a 3 second penalty anyway, got another 0.5 for that contact. He went really deep on that corner, started coming back in the drag race, but I've got the slipstream with Jakku, and he's got a service 3.5 second penalty. So I thought I'd just stay on his inside. And someone else serving a penalty there, nearly ghosting back into me. Why do people take their penalties on the racing line? Like, get out the racing line. And I believe this is how it went for the next, to about lap 7. I was just chasing Jakku, doing all I could to keep up with him and try and break the gap between me and 4th place. See, someone just dived into the pits really early. That was a really early pit. See now Jakku's slowly pulling away, but then I start reeling him in again because I'm still in the slipstream. I think we're actually going to skip forward a couple of laps after this lap because there wasn't very much happened for the next couple of laps. I was just trying to reel in the gap between me and Jakku. So we rejoin there on lap 9. Still chasing down Jakku. I think there was nearly contact there. Now this guy in the background, Noosh, I don't know where he came from, but he started really gaining through this next lap. Now bear in mind I've got the toe of Jakku ahead of me, So we should really be pulling on him. I don't think he's quite within slipstream range at this point. Managing to pull alongside Jakku and then backing out. He knows at this point that I want that second place. I've raced Tokyo Expressway a few times, but not this variation. I think this is the first time I've actually done like a full race on this track. Now at this point, I think the gap between me and Jakku was literally like 0.2 of a second. Like I was right on his bumper. I think here is where I decided to jump into the pits because I knew that I had to go for the tyre change. So I dive in, change for the hards. Noosh dives in behind me. I've saved way more fuel. But then maybe the Mercedes doesn't use as much as the Ferrari. I'm not sure. I've not really driven the Ferrari, so I can't really comment on that. As we come out, Noosh is nowhere to be seen, which is nice. Now I remember Noosh, when Noosh went in, I'm sure he came out on medium tyres again. And for the new format of the manufacturers and I believe the nations, you've got to use both tyre compounds. I picked up a little 0.5 second penalty there for going a bit wide out of that chicane. Which I was a little bit annoyed about, but it's one of them. It was the only penalty I got during the race, so... I think because of that 0.5 second penalty, it brought Noosh back into the race. Jakku's got into the pits, and I believe he makes a critical error here, then he comes back out on mediums. See him just coming out just behind me. So that was a good pit from me. So I managed to come out ahead of him. Unfortunately I had to serve the 0.5 second penalty, but I thought I could use this slipstream. Stick with this guy, use his slipstream, even though I'm on hards and he's on medium, so he should be able to pull from me. I just thought, sit behind him, do what I can. You see Noosh is getting closer and closer. You see Jakku starting to pull away now, he's so much faster. I was thinking he was on hards as well. I was like, how is he pulling away from me on hards? Because I hadn't noticed that he'd not changed to the hards at this point. So I'm like, Jakku's pulling away from me, Noosh is pulling me in. Like, what? How is this going to end? Still there. I think this track is all about being smooth and consistent. Like, you don't want to be throwing the car into the turns, you're just going to unsettle the car, ruin your tyres, ruin your race. See, first place has gone in, changed over to the hards. At this point, Noosh is like right up my bum. Up at the bum. Jakku's like really pulling away now. And I was thinking to myself, should I have gone for a 2-stop strategy and done 2 stints on the mediums and then done a short stint on the hards? So I thought, no, I'm going to stick with this. I'll stick with doing my last stint on the hards, do my first stint on the mediums, see what happens. See if it pays off. Yeah, Noosh is right on my tail now. See how close he is now. And that's the difference between the mediums and the hards. It's probably a couple of seconds a lap difference. Maybe a little bit more. Jakku's just racing off into the distance. As we look back again, Noosh is right there. He's literally right there. Not gonna lie, I was getting a little bit worried at this point. I had a little bit of contact with the wall. He was squeezing me to the wall, came back, hit me, and hit himself in the process, which slowed him down. He could have pulled away. Honestly, think he could have pulled away there. I don't think that was... I think he was mostly to blame because I left him room, yet he still tried to squeeze me to the wall. No, I don't know, let me know your opinions. Like, I think French and Italian seem to be some of the most aggressive drivers in this game. They don't seem to like losing positions, and they don't seem to like losing, period. Like, I've had so many people like take me out during a race, and I'm not saying it's just the French and Italians. Like, you know, I've seen other nationalities do it as well. There's probably, you know, Brits who do it as well, but I do find that we sort of seem to be the more refined, the more respectful racers. Again, there, trying to squeeze me to the wall. And the thing is, at this point, this guy is still on mediums. Like, he's not gone over to the hards. I thought, that's fine. I can use your toe, save a bit of fuel. Try and use you to catch up with Noosh, with Jakku. Nearly clipping the wall there. It seemed like at this point Noosh was going to pull away, and I was like, I'm not sure how this is going to pan out. It's 3 laps to go at this stage, just under 3 laps. Now this bit I think is one of my favourite sections of this track. It's just like a nice little weavy, windy little bit through a tunnel. And this nice little straight to a good overtaking opportunity, to be honest. If you can get it done on that corner there, get it done before this chicane, you're laughing. Managing to keep the car settled as well as I could through there. And you can see he starts weaving and he's trying to break the toe as much as he can, but I'm not having any of it. I'm just like, no mate, I'm on your ass. I'm having my 3rd place back. He's obviously struggling somewhat because you can see every now and then he's having to use his brakes. Now I'm not even braking through these sections. Sections are just to lift off the accelerator, try and keep the car as smooth as possible. And then lo and behold, where's he going? He's ducked into the pits. Was that a mistake? I'm not sure. But then if you look at the tyre screen there on the left, he's back out on the hards. So that's what I was saying about the 2-stop strategy. I don't think 2-stop is actually viable during this race. I don't think it's quite long enough. I think if it was a few more laps it would be definitely viable, but I think the 1-stop is definitely the one to go for this. As we're coming up to finish our penultimate lap, you can see the gap between me and Noosh is now, well, it's big. I'd say it was 5 seconds maybe. Almost getting myself another small penalty there. Which is not what you want to do on the penultimate lap. So final lap here, just settling in. I decided to settle for 3rd. I was like, you know, them 2 ahead of me, they're quite a way ahead of me now. Due to Jakku using mediums twice. I don't think he's gone in the pits again yet. I hope he's just gone straight past the pits. So at this stage I'm thinking he might not have gone onto the 2nd compound of tyres. He might still be on his 1st compound of tyres, which is fine by me. I don't need to push at this point. At this point it's just stay consistent, stay focused, get the car to the end. Don't pick up any silly penalties, and we'll have at least a 3rd. Coming up to the chicane for the last time. Jakku's actually closed that gap down a little bit, but it's not enough because it's literally 1 turn left before the finish. And as we come across the finish, we're promoted to 2nd place because Jakku didn't use both compounds of tyres, which actually I tried to see if we could get the leaderboard up, but I forgot to record the actual race, so I had to use the replay. And because he didn't use both tyre compounds, he ended up with a 20-second penalty, which promoted me to 2nd place. I was happy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a GT Sport race. Please like and sub for more. Thank you. Good night.